Hi everyone, it's Ron from SportsChatPlace.com here to go over the NFL preseason games for Friday, August 27th, 2021. Now don't forget, our website features free picks on every single game, every single day, so make sure to check it out at SportsChatPlace.com. All right, let's get into Friday's schedule in the NFL. We'll start with the first game between the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. Now, the Colts are 2-0 so far this preseason, while the Lions are 0-2. The line is set for Indianapolis as the favorites, giving 2 points, and the total set at 33.5. Now, when you look at this Colts team, there's a bit of a quarterback limbo going on. Now, we had Carson Wentz battle an injury. He had an injury before training camp, and it was said that he's probably going to miss some time during the regular season. But now it was just announced that he's probably going to be ready for week 1 of the regular season. The backups for Indianapolis and Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger have actually put on quite a show in preseason so far, having both successful preseasons themselves. And they'll be battling it out for that backup spot, but it looks like Jacob Eason will more than likely hold it. And this is a Colts team that still has plenty of talent on both sides of the ball, so it should be yet another successful season for Indianapolis. Now, on the other side, you have the Detroit Lions, and they have not performed well in the preseason, especially offensively. Now, the backup quarterbacks in Blau and Boyle haven't performed well, and we haven't really seen too much of new quarterback Jared Goff in the preseason. I expect we see more snaps from him in this game, but overall, the Lions just haven't competed well in the preseason, and that's why I'm going to take the Colts and lay the points in this game. Not my favorite play on the board, but until the Lions show me something different, even in preseason, I'm going to have to fade them here. So I'll take the Colts. Now, the second game, we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. Eagles 0-2 on the preseason, while the Jets are 2-0. Now, the Eagles were just blown out by the Patriots in their last preseason game, 35-0. Now, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, was not in that game. He had an illness, but it looks like he'll be back for this game against the Jets. Now, the defense has really struggled for the Eagles in the preseason, allowing a combined 59 points in the first 2 games. The secondary has allowed more than 250 passing yards to each of their opponents in the Steelers and the Patriots. And the ground defense has also struggled. They allowed 200-plus rushing yards to the Patriots last week. So definitely not the preseason you wanted to see if you're an Eagles fan. But on the other side, the Jets have actually had a pretty successful preseason. They've earned wins over their rivals in the Giants and a win at Green Bay last week over the Packers. Quarterback rookie, number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson, he has been sharp, and especially last week against Green Bay, 2 passing touchdowns, over 100 yards passing. Looks like, the Jets gave him the starting job from the get-go. They didn't really sign a veteran QB and play him for the first few weeks. They said, Wilson's their guy from the start, and I like that from the Jets. So we'll see. It could be an exciting year for the Jets, Jets, Jets. But as far as this game goes, I'm going to take the over 33.5. I'm surprised this total's actually dropped a bit. A 1.5 is opened up at 35. The Eagles' defense is, like I said, not really doing well at all. And the Jets' secondary was actually torched a bit by the Packers in the first half of last game. Gave up 14 points, a lot of aerial attacks from Green Bay. In the second half, the Jets sharpened up on defense, but in this one, I think both teams score plenty in this one. The total is just far too low for me. I'm going to take the over 33.5. Now, in the third game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. Pittsburgh said they're going to start Dwayne Haskins in this one. So we've already seen 3 preseason games from Pittsburgh. They've won all 3, as I mentioned. They got to play in that Hall of Fame game against the Cowboys in week 0 of the preseason. I wouldn't expect many starters to play much of any of the game in this one. Expect a lot of second and third stringers to get the snaps in this game. As Coach Tomlin just wants his guys to get stay healthy and get to the regular season. They have a pretty good outlook on their team already, so expect Haskins to play a good amount of minutes. On the other side, though, I'd expect the starters to play a good chunk for the Carolina Panthers. Coach Rule mentioned that he has a few tricks up his sleeve offensively, and even though he's not going to display most of those on Friday night, he still wants to see a strong performance from his offense, especially from his starters. So expect the starting group for Carolina to get a good amount of time in this one. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Panthers and lay the points here. You may say, why would you lay points with a team that hasn't won a game against a team that's 3-0 in preseason? And it just goes to show you that one team's going to be in this game from all 4 quarters, and one team's just trying to get to the regular season healthy. So I think this will be more of a dress rehearsal type game for the Panthers. So I'll lay the points with them in this one. And the last game we have is the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Kansas City to face the defending AFC champs and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we've really seen a limited time of Kirk Cousins in the preseason so far because that backup job at QB is still up for grabs between Kellen Mond and Jake Browning. Both quarterbacks have been a little underwhelming in the preseason, but do expect them to have a competitive game in this one. They're going to play most of the second half, I would have to think, and that backup job is still up for grabs, like I mentioned, and I do expect both quarterbacks to be on the 53-man roster when this is all said and done, but still, that backup job is an important one to have as a QB, so expect the Vikings to be in this one for all 4 quarters. While the Chiefs, they really had their dress rehearsal game last week. Patty Mahomes played a good amount of snaps last game. It really wasn't too sharp. Actually threw an interception, had fewer than 100 yards passing. Coach Reese said that there are still some starting jobs up for grabs, but to be honest, I wouldn't expect this game to be too competitive from Kansas City's side. I do think the Vikings will have a lot more to prove and to show in this one. So for that reason, I'm going to take the Vikings getting the 4 points. I think that Kansas City may have a lead early in this one, perhaps at halftime, but then the Vikings backups come in. And like I said, that QB battle could be enough for Minnesota to come back and catch a cover. I think it's a field goal game either way, so I'll take the points with Minnesota. So quick recap, we're going to take the Indianapolis Colts and we're going to lay the points. I'm going to take the over in the Jets-Eagles game. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers and lay the points. And I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings getting the points as well. Now, if you're looking for our best bets, the plays we like the most, you can check those out at the Premium Picks tab at sportschatplace.com. We have some of the best handicappers in the world with plenty of things to offer, so check that out. Make sure you leave this video a like and subscribe to our channel as well. What are you guys thinking about Friday's games? Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Again, this is Ron from sportschatplace.com. Good luck, and let's make some money.